So you reached out to Elidibus at the last, and his heart was moved. I'm not sure I did the right thing, and it changed nothing. I only did as you asked. Yeah, really it did not. It did really change nothing. Perhaps not. Ultimately, you had no choice but to strike him down. But the important thing is, though violence proved unavoidable, you did at least come to understand your foe. And in knowing his hopes and dreams, do we best remember him and his legacy. So long as they remain unforgotten, the love he and his brethren bore for one another and the star may yet be rewarded. You said that an ancient came to your aid, but how is that possible? A gift from Emmett Silk. He knew of Elidibus's plight, foreseeing his own death. He made provisions to bring Elidibus's suffering to an end, lest his friend be led to continue the struggle alone. Or so I widely speculate. It is unlikely we will ever know the truth. The best we can do is to remember events as they happened, no more and no less. As the Ronkins so rightly put it, history is learned, not lived. Ah, there you all are. Is that... Ah, Specklog. My friend, we were given to understand thou wert injured. Shouldst thou not be abed?
Lie down at a time like this? Don't be absurd. I would have come sooner had the guards not made such a fuss. Now tell me, what happened? Where's the Exarch? I see. Alexander, will you show me his spirit vessel? Yes, both his soul and his memory seem intact. Good. Unlike the others, his ether was not highly charged, and so it did not seem necessary to employ a familiar for the imbuing. But I needed to be certain all the same. Oh, what a relief!
Then 'tis but a question of restoring his soul unto his flesh. And as thou did lately tell me, the success of this process resteth on no more than our friend's soul recognizing his flesh as his own, as its own. Given his apparent desire to return to the source with Alex, one would think his soul would only be too happy to be home, no? Surely it wouldn't balk at the relative newness of its accommodation.
So one would hope, but none could speak for the Exarch's heart of hearts, and he could no longer speak for himself. Furthermore, though I have drawn upon all of my not inconsiderable experience to predict the outcome, the fact remains that there is no direct precedent for what we are attempting. Will his body accept his soul? Will his essence blend properly? Will he awaken whole of mind?
Will a bloody Windows thing pop up?
Any number of things could go awry. Assuming I have succeeded in tempering your expectations, I should probably add that I did ask the Exarch if he still wished to return to the source in full knowledge of the risks. A simple enough question, one would think, warranting a single-word reply. Yet the answer I received was rather longer than that, almost comically so. In fact, regardless, out of respect for the man, I shall attempt to recite it with a certain amount of poetic license. As I grew older, the burdens I carried become even more numerous, or ever more numerous, burdens which weigh upon my hopes, burying them deep within my breast, so deep that I couldn't be certain they were still there. But when I look around me, I am reminded that no matter how deeply buried they may be, our hopes never truly disappear. No, they are always with us, guiding us, driving us. I see it in Vorthri, who sought to vindicate his existence by creating his paradise. I see it in Ranjit, who forsook his life's cause in order to protect that which he held most dear. I see it in the people who chose to struggle rather than surrender to despair. And though our struggles may differ greatly, since the very beginning of time, they have all shared that one common thread: hope. We struggle because we have hope, and when the time comes, I too will embrace mine. I will follow my heart regardless of the risks. And I will live with all my being, as befits one who has been granted a second chance. There, I told you it was long, and unspeakably sentimental to boot. One would think them the outpourings of a dewy-eyed boy, not the old man the Exarch seems to believe he is. I mean, really, he's scarcely been alive as long as I've been in hiding. I dare say he is blushing in his vessel. Speaking of which, we should make ready for our journey. Time remains of the essence after all. Needless to say, once we leave, there is no guarantee that we can return. If anyone has unfinished business, now is the time to see to it. I must pay a visit to Slitherbough. Let us reconvene here anon. There remain some few matters which require mine attention in Ilmeg. May I leave Thancred in thy care, child?
I've been meaning to get some flowers from Infelia. I thought you might help me choose them, and then we could go to Nabarth Arang together, one last time.
A fine suggestion. Lead on. Well, it's back to Yulmore for me. Among other things, I owe the mayor an apology about his airship. I assume you have places of your own to be, Alice. I shall see you later. Oh, it's raining suddenly. I shall take this opportunity to conduct a final inspection of the spirit vessels. Given what is at stake, one can never be too thorough. As you've probably guessed, I'm going to pay a visit to the inn at Journey's Head, but I want you to come too. I realize you don't need to say any farewells, but the Exarch does, if only in spirit, so I thought you might bring him along, so to speak. I'm sure he'd love the thought of being lugged about on his hero's back. So let's be off, shall we? I can't wait to see how Haldred's doing. Heldrick? Heldrick! Oh gods, don't tell me he's wandered off again. Quickly, Alex, we have to find him.
Oh, Alex, I didn't see you there. If you're looking for Heldrick, he's gone for a walk with one of the others. They were planning to visit the graveyard, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's a relief. Shall we adjourn to the graveyard then? Oh, greetings, Alexander. Looking for Heldrick by any chance? There he is. I was afraid he'd wandered off again. Oh, there's no need to worry. Heldrick's safe and well. He's been showing good progress and likes to go for walks of late. Though his steps usually bring him to this particular spot. Oh, I wasn't aware he had family here. He doesn't. It's Tesleen. Her sword, that is. We buried it here in her honor. So he remembers. What brings you back so soon, out of interest? I didn't think the next round of treatments were due yet. No, it isn't. Look, I realize this is sudden, but I've come to say goodbye. It's time for me to return home. But rest assured the treatments will continue. Beck Lug will come to oversee them in my stead. I see. You did mention that you and your friends were searching for a way home. Needless to say, we'll be sorry to see you go, but I know everyone will be happy for you, truly. Happy and grateful. You've done so much for us, achieved what none of us dared hope was possible. And we'll see to it that your good work continues, and that no more poor souls are buried here before their time. So rest easy and take care. We wish you every happiness. Thank you. I will miss you all. But it isn't time to say our farewells quite yet, so if there's any tasks that need doing, hunting beasts, fetching water, and what have you, just say the word. I mean to make use of every last moment after all. The time left to you is precious. That's right, Heldrick. That's exactly right. Those words will guide you true, so never forget them. And neither will I. Take care. Thank you for coming to see Heldrick, Alexander, and Tesleen as well. She did always enjoy having visitors, and none were more welcoming than you and Alice. What? I'm not crying. I just have sand in my eye, that's all. As I mentioned, I mean to stay here as long as possible. In the meantime, perhaps you could go and look in on the others? Alfredo, for instance. If anyone is crying, it'll be him. What are you still doing here? Hurry over to Yulmore and look in on Alfredo. Oh, and do send my regards to the Chais.
Alpha, no!
Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes.
The thought of never seeing you again is more than my poor heart can bear.
Oh, it's you. As you can see, Alphino has broken the news. I don't know how to console her. She thinks we'll be lost without him.
You're certainly well loved. Make sure you leave nothing unsaid. A picture paints 1,000 words.
You'll never let me forget it, will you? I'll have you know I completed the promised painting in the end. Be that as it may, there are times only words will suffice. Lady Chai, I have a confession to make. On the day we ousted Lord Vorthree, when I revealed the truth of his tyranny and your complicity in his crimes, I did so with great trepidation. Not out of fear that you wouldn't listen, but that you might never recover. There was a time when I too, in my hubris, believed myself worthy to lord it over others. And when the lie was laid bare, when I was forced to confront the cost, the lives lost, it all but destroyed me. To awaken from a naive dream to so harsh a reality, I would have understood had you all surrendered to despair. But you didn't surrender. Far from it. You picked yourselves up and rose to the challenge. You found a path forward and the strength to walk it, and to keep walking it, day after day. But what struck me is how much faster you found it than I did.
Really? That felt pretty slow to me. But rest assured, we'll make Yulmore into a nation anyone would be proud to call home. Eventually. You can still come and go as you please, I believe. When we have good tidings to report, I may trouble you to be their bearer. There may also be less than good tidings, in which event I hope I can trouble you for your counsel.
I should be honored to provide it, Master Chai.
Oh, Alphino, I know you aren't one to sit still, but do remember to take your ease from time to time. And no matter where you are, remember that there are people here who are praying for your health and happiness. Our brave and gentle artist, you have our love, now and always.
And you mine. Please take care.
And the music kicks in.
I hear the airship crashed in our meringue. Never mind. The important thing is you're all safe and well. That said, we should probably retrieve the wreckage before the locals strip it for trolley parts. Or perhaps we can make a trade of it. Oh, thank goodness you can still return. If I had to bid farewell to both, my heart would burst here and now. Like Alphino, I know that yours is a life of constant employment, but do visit us from time to time. It would mean the world to us. I understand the Exarch will be leaving with you. Capable though its custodians are, the Crystarian will be poorer for his absence. It seems the coming years will be a period of transition for both of our cities, but through mutual cooperation, I'm confident we will find a way forward. "'Tis a strange feeling, Alex, to stand in the company of our friends, knowing that I will never see them again. I struggle to reconcile it in my mind. But this I know, I shall cherish my memories of Novrand, of every soul I met here, for the rest of my days. And I shall look forward to your tales of their endeavours. Nothing unsaid." The journey continues. His business concluded, Alphonor turns his attention to yours. "Forgive me, I realize now that I never asked you what business brought you here. Can I be of assistance?" Alice said that, did she? Well, as you can see, I'm quite alright now. Unlike her, by the sound of it. Perhaps you might consider visiting Urianger next? Given his conversance? Yes, that works. Given his conversance with the idiosyncrasies of the Fey folk, I doubt it will be an issue. But a small part of me worried that they may not relinquish him willingly. As such, I would feel much better if you were to look in on our friend. Assuming you have the time, of course. Of course! I still need to say my farewells to a few others here. Pray look in on Urianger, and I shall see you at the Crystarian. I guess there would be the best place to go. I think the Bookman Shelves is like halfway between the two teleport points. Yeah, if we're like, that one might be the tiniest bit closer. Do 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 ba dum bum ba dum do 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 do. I mean, there has to be a way for others to reverse the rift. Like, if I can do it, I know that the method by which it happened wasn't the easiest and most simple ways, but it shouldn't be impossible. Ha! That I should have the pleasure of welcoming a guest, even as mine own occupation draweth to a close. What bringeth thee hither, my friend? So thou would grant the Exarch the final tour of the realm, which hath been his home these 100 years, a noble gesture. For as Master Alphino's As far as Master Alphino's concerns, thou mayest rest assured that all is well here. Far from detaining me, our Fey friends have agreed to assist in the transportation of these tomes unto the Cabinet of Curiosity. Naught more remaineth to be done. Regardless, 'tis well that thou didst come, for I had been meaning to show thee something to thee. An object I chanced to find after the victory over Elidibus. Though it hath lost its radiance, 'tis unmistakably a crystal of light, one that did in all likelihood once belong to Ardbert. Having been interred with his body, it would have remained upon his person after his possession by Elidibus. And when his mortal form was, forgive my I can't say that word even though I had it in my head, indelicacy, consumed by thy foe to fuel his transformation, I posit that the crystal did tumble free. Save that which doth abide in thee, it is all that remaineth of our friend, and if thou art willing, I would have thee deliver it unto Seto. I can think of no worthier recipient than he, and no more fitting a bearer than thee. As ever, thou wilt find the Amaro in Wolkdorf, my friends, Alexander. My thanks, not my friends, you idiot. The crystal shall grant Seto a measure of comfort, I believe, and to receive of it from thee shall only add to its meaning. Off to Volkdorf. I mean, we would have been better off teleporting, but oh well, I'm on my way now. So what's next? We'll go and see Stola. No, actually, no. Yeah, I think your Stola will be next, and then Thancred and Reen will be last. I wonder if we might go elsewhere, like to Amarot, for example, because the Exarch never actually got to visit there.
Ah, full glad am I to see you safe and well. Rumours spoke of strange spectral foes bent on your destruction. But with the sky returned to normal, I assume all is well again. So, to what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? Faded crystal of light. A crystal of light believed to have belonged to Ardbert. Though it has lost its radiance, you would swear that a faint light still shines at its core, as if to remind you that hope never dies.